Good morning, Physicians Weight Loss Centers. And today is Wednesday, April 22nd. Again, we're down to just a handful of clicks till the end of the month. And I know everybody's got their rally caps on, and we're going to push and push and push. So we can have a very successful April. A lot of momentum being built in the network. We'll get to rankings for last week in just a few minutes and very impressive results. After yesterday's edition, I fielded a lot of calls about the lead box system. So I want to take some time to walk you through the lead box protocol in an effort to help all of you more efficiently maximize the appointments and subsequent sales that you can generate from your lead box system. This would be an excellent video for you to share with your staff. Let me just hit a few of the most common rules. Rule number one, keep the lead box in a safe and preferably fireproof area. When done correctly, the lead box represents literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars that's been spent on advertising over the life of your center. Rule number two, a lead is never dead. Let me repeat that. A lead is never dead until they have indeed passed on to a more peaceful, tranquil place. Rule number three, inspect the lead box daily or at least weekly to ensure leads are being called and notated properly. Rule number four, count your leads. Remember, always know how many leads you have on hand because you should be converting at least 4% of the leads in your lead box to sales on any given day. And rule number five, every time you take an incoming call, you create a lead card with all of the pertinent details. Let's get started. First and foremost, this is your lead box. This can be ordered through Staples, Office Max. All the componentry within the lead box can be ordered from virtually any online site for a office supply store. In your lead box, you're going to have a January through December card. And those cards, and I'll just show you January, you can buy these cards where it's printed right on it, January, all the way through December. I feel like being away. All the way through December. You also want to pull out order 1 to 31 cards. And those cards look like that. They're numbered 1 through 31. In addition to your 1 to 31, you want to have a card that says AM, PM, evening. Excuse me. You can just write it on a card and stick it in there because you can't order AM, PM, and evening cards. You also want to keep something in mind, the rule of 25, 8, and 4. What the rule of 25, 8, and 4 says, when I'm calling out of the lead box, in 1 hour, I should be able to dial the phone 25 times, reach 8 people, and set 4 appointments. Reaching 8 people is defined as not 8 people answering the phone, but reaching the 8 people we were calling for. So if little Johnny says, Mommy's in the bathtub, that's not a reach. It's 25 dials, 8 reaches. It's when Mom gets out of the tub and we talk to her. That's a reach, and 4 appointments set. We've got to make sure that we call these leads on a regular basis. When calling the leads, and I'll just pull out a sample lead card. It may look like this with all kinds of information written on it. I call a lead card, and it's got the lead's name, phone number, hopefully the address, and then a record of information in terms of when I called this person and what the overall results were. The notations can be found in the manual, but I just want to point out, if you can see that, which I think you can, BUS for busy. We set an appointment. Then the person no-showed. We called and they were not home, NH. We called again, not available. Now, one of the things we need to keep in mind is when calling these, if I call in the morning, as I noted yesterday on the news edition, if I call repeatedly in the morning, say 3 days in a row, and there's no answer, move that card to PM. Then for the next few days, call in the PM. And if they don't answer, start calling them in the evening. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out if I call 3 times in the morning and they don't answer, they're probably at work. If I call 3 times in the afternoon and they don't answer, again, they're probably at work. So that means I've got to call in the evening, which is why I recommended pick a day a week, at least 1 day every couple of weeks, call up until 9 o'clock to set appointments. You'd be amazed at how many people you'll be able to track down. But it's important that you note the date and time, the date and the time the call was made, list the correct notations on it. And when you set an appointment, take that lead out and paper clip it to your appointment book. When they buy, include it with their client file. If they don't, put them right back in the lead box to call again later. You may want to call them 60 days from now, maybe 30, maybe 60, maybe 90. All depends on how that presentation ended. The lead box is an evergreen system. That means it's always active. Leads flow from 1 day to the next, 1 week to the next, 1 month to the next. Now, the value of the lead box is literally in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you've got 100 leads in your lead box, that's worth, by default, $2,000 right there. If you've got 200 leads, obviously $4,000. 500 leads can be worth $10,000. 1,000 leads is worth $20,000. Now, I can understand right now you're thinking, now I know why Phil said put it in a fire-safe place. If you had $20,000 in cash laying around, you'd make sure it was locked up and put away. As far as new inbound leads, that value goes up even higher, because I was just talking about old leads. With new leads, that escalates to 40% of sales as opposed to 4% of sales. That means if you've got 100 new leads, it's worth $20,000. 200 leads, $40,000. 500 new leads, $100,000. And 1,000 new leads are worth $200,000. That's a quick summary of the lead card system, or the lead box system rather. And if you need any information on where to get this info, again, you can click on to Staples, Office Max, Office Depot, any of those office supply companies. Go to their online and you'll be able to find all of this information. Let me give you some quick news points. As of 9/29 this morning, no back orders. Also, the Off to the Races went up on YouTube yesterday. I believe the last count was 60 centers have already viewed that, and we're up to close to 55 to 60 centers that have downloaded all of the pertinent information from the PAM system. Paid media is recommended for the next few weeks until the week before Memorial Day. Reports are due Friday, and I know everybody knows where to email their reports. Just in case you don't, it's reports@pwlc.com, reports@pwlc.com, reports@pwlc.com. And the conference call is today, or this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So let's take a look at some rankings that I referenced earlier. These are top 25 centers for last week. Number 25, Dr. Renee Kohanek in Boca Raton. Number 24, Thaisa and Jack Skleroux in Delray Beach. Number 23, Tamara Smith and Mike McNulty in Shreveport, Louisiana. Good to see you in the rankings. 22, Sandy Copeland, Myrtle Beach. 21, Ziamara and Alex Escano in West Palm Beach. This is all Florida rankings here. Number 20, Nancy Marino's Canton Center. Number 19, Sarah in Solon. Number 18, Nancy Marino in her Beechwood location. 17th, Janelle Pett in Beckley. 16th, Kate Fuhrer in Plantation. 15th, Angie Howell in Willoughby Hills. 14th, Christine Flurkey in Worcester. 13th, Susan and Joel Rosengrant in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Number 12, Dr. Richter in Plant City, the strawberry capital of the world. Number 11, Bill Lowry, Allentown, still beating Miami, Bill. Number 10, Sue Thilke and Lorianne Phillips in Hudson. They are number 10. Number 9, Pam Chevrolet's Coral Springs Center is number 9. Dave and Vanessa Cortez is they're number 8 in Davie, Florida. And no, the baby is still not sleeping through the night, yet they're still in the top 10. Dave and Vanessa Cortez, again, are number 7 in their Margate Center. Number 6, the Doctors Carlton in Manassas, and that's after they were out of the country for 2 weeks on vacation on spring break. Hope you got a tan and had a great time with the kids. Then Nancy Marino's Parma Heights Center is number 5. Number 4, Nancy Marino again in Strongsville. Nancy's team's dominating the top 25 this week. Cheryl and James Dragonsby in Eau Claire are number 3. And Connie Lowe in Okeechobee is number 2. And Pam Cervellati has the number 1 spot in the country for last week so far with her Fort Lauderdale location. So that's your roundup. Have a great day, everybody.